Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. I'm currently chilling in the Home Depot parking lot. I just did a DoorDash delivery for $7, really small order, but it was to a Panera Bread, so I trusted that it was going to work, and it was like 4.7 miles, so it was pretty good. But before I talk more about that, the goal of this video, kind of the idea that I had, was to make kind of a vlog talking about some of the different things I'm going to be doing today, because it's a Saturday, so I have some more time to record, but I'm also going to be doing some different interesting things. I haven't done one of these style of videos in quite a while, and mostly just because I have been lazy and haven't had any really good ideas. And a lot of the videos I have been posting just been of my workouts, and I haven't even done that a lot recently just because I have been too lazy with editing. My lifting's been going pretty much fine, dealing with some instability in shoulder from reading the descriptions. So I'm trying to work on that and trying to get that to be healthier, trying to get stronger, as anyone that lifts is trying to do. But did that DoorDash delivery order. I'm at Home Depot to get some cement. So the cement I'm going to be using in part of the shed because I was able to put some cement down into one part of it because I have a divot on the left side where the plates sit, and I was able to get one layer of it down, but I need to get another layer to make it a little bit higher so it's even with the surrounding cement on that side. So once I have that put out there, I'll hopefully be able to get a lifting session out there because most cement's pretty quick to set. And if I get it set now, I'll be able to lift in this afternoon just fine because the cement won't really take that long to put down because it's only like a 2 foot by 3 foot type space. And I'm getting an email from YouTube, so hopefully that is me getting all my money that I should get from YouTube, but probably not because I don't have that many subscribers. Anywho, so time to get the stuff from Home Depot. Next clip you'll see will most likely be at the house because it'll be kind of weird to record at the Home Depot. I don't really get why people record stuff in public, especially if they're just recording them getting stuff from the store. Don't really feel like recording in public, so I'll record when I'm at home to show you the hole, or at least the improved hole in the ground, and the first patch of cement, and then some after of some other stuff. But I'm gonna go grab that stuff right now. Alright, so hopefully my audio is not messed up. I have it connected to my Bluetooth out here in the shed because I'm going to be listening to some music while I do this. But you can see this is the culprit here. You can see the regular platform, one layer of mat. This would be the base layer where the mat would be, and then so there's two of these rubber mats to make it even with this plywood that's here. And let me show you some of the features of it, and then I'll move back so you can see what it looks like in general. This is the cement that I have put down, and you can see it's really sturdy. Let me get the sludge out. Really sturdy. Especially, for a sledgehammer. See, not really anything wrong with it. Don't want to smack it too hard because eventually it would break because it's probably not the nicest cement in the world. But you can see it's just a little bit of sand that I threw on top of it that's back there to help with some of the moisture around the corners of the shed. Then you can see a lot of the crappy cement that doesn't work and some remnants of it here where it just kind of chips off if I were to work on it enough. It never really set very well. But this, you see right here, it's not quite level with that. So I have a little bit more space to make it so it doesn't get caught in this area here. So I'm working on that. Let me move back a little bit. So you can see Bo's barking at nothing. So don't worry about him. But you can see there's the platform, there's a layer, and there's a spot. And from far away, it doesn't look as bad. But when we move to here, and you can see that and I'll move down a little bit as well. Kind of can see, a little difficult to see. It's not really too bad, and I'd be able to lift on it pretty much fine. But obviously, you don't want that divot to be there if you can manage it, if you can make it even with the rest of the floor. And that's where it kind of is. And obviously, not the nicest cement, but a lot of moisture and stuff in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on this with the cement that I did not even bring out. So I'll bring that out here and then show you guys really quick what box it is, what was recommended by my dad, and we'll go ahead and get started. So this is the concrete I am going to be using. It is Resurfacer, and I have the Spanish side on there, which is not very useful for me. The concrete Resurfacer. It's 25 pounds. Apparently I just got to add water, but the reason my dad recommended this is that it would bind to the other pieces of cement that are already on there a bit better. Although this patch stuff is done pretty good, but I'm sure it is a similar product to this. So let's get this going and I'll show you the aftermath. Finish mowing and weed whacking in the backyard. So I'll show you this little patch here. It's not starting to dry a little bit, but give it a couple hours to let it fully dry since I did put down quite a bit But I don't know if I'll have to put more, because I have a 25-pound bag, and probably used about 7-8 pounds of it. So I definitely got a lot more that I can use. I might have used up to even half of it. Didn't really measure it out, just kind of guesstimated, but I got the same kind of consistency that I had before, so should be pretty good. But let me show you what it looks like right now. I didn't get any sort of leveling equipment to like make it super smooth. It doesn't need to be pretty. It's going to be covered by stall mats. I just need it to be mostly flat, and even if it's not perfectly flat, I just need it to be so it's not noticeably going into that crevice. But we'll see how it works, because the big test will just be to put the mats back on and to see what it looks like. May eyeball it later, and if it looks really bad, I'll add some more, but we'll see how it works. But hopefully the next clip you'll see will be me lifting on it, because I'll throw the stall mats on in here in the afternoon when I lift out here, and then see how it works. And if you see me not lifting out here at the regular gym, you'll know that I'll have to put some more cement on it. So if I do, then I'll just go to the gym today. So we'll see how it works. All right, so another part of many parts of the saga of me starting out in the morning with the DoorDash, getting some cement, putting it in. I don't have the finished product down there. What I pretty much showed in the last video is how it looks like. It's just dry now, but it's really solid, which is nice. Like the cement's really dried up, which is really good. Obviously what I wanted. What is not perfectly ideal is, you'll notice if I set it up here, there's a bump up here. So if I let it go a little bit, it kind of settles back into that spot. But what is kind of odd about this area that I'm pointing at here is that it seems to be elevated even from the other side. Like there's not a lip thing on the other side of the floor on the parallel side. So it may not be entirely perfect, and I may go back in and put some more cement underneath there, but effectively it's pretty close to being perfect. And there's two ways to measure that. One is by kind of rolling it, and the other is if I take these off, which is going to be probably a little tougher on the other side with one hand, but they're only 10-pounders, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh no, he's not moving. Let me set you all down for a second, because we got to get the other 10 off. Sorry if you have headphones on, that was probably really loud. But the other way that you can kind of measure it is just by putting your hand underneath of it. And my hand doesn't really, it gets kind of wedged underneath there. Before, I couldn't really get my fingers at all under there, so it's definitely better in that. And the previous fixes I had were fine, and this one's just slightly different. So the difference between the sides are pretty much minimal. I would say less than a eighth of an inch. Flip myself back over, but it's probably less than an eighth of an inch, just based on how both of those feel. So I think it will be good enough to train for today. The only negative is I feel really tired. Last week, well, the school part wasn't really that stressful. It was just like being outside a lot with the field day happening, and just it being warmer outside. So I'm just moving more with different classes, because there's been different structures with some of the field day or other, events that are going on. And lifting heavier this week on different days, definitely. And I didn't even lift yesterday, so getting a little tired. And the dogs just came in here, but they're running around outside, and they've been loving it. When I did the stuff in the morning, I left them out for when I was mowing and doing the cement, so probably close to an hour, if not an entire hour. But now they're going to go over there and show off by fighting each other. They like to wrestle around the yard. Bobo! Sometimes he gets a little too friendly, or a little too male dominant with Charlie, the other male dog. But most of the time they just wrestle around and chase each other around the yard. So I think it'll be good enough for that, and I think that back portion is always going to kind of have a lip, and I don't really lift as far back as that where that is. What I didn't like was just the crazy big difference when that hole, or the divots, or the cracks, or whatever you want to call it, were there previously. And it would have been kind of nice if I would have showed them before that, but I wasn't planning on making a video when I did that first layer. But what's nice is, let me grab the cement bag, and I'll make another clip and flip the camera around again. If I wanted to get really scientific, I could just go and weigh this to see how much I have left, because I started with 25 pounds. But you can see I have quite a bit of cement left, and it feels like at least, I mean, for sure at least 10 pounds, probably more. What I'm kind of thinking of doing that is using what I have here, because this should be sufficient for now. And then if there's cracks or stuff that develop in the future, just to keep filling it in with cement. I think that it will just be inherently a problem with just that spot on the floor, because of the moisture and the weights being dropped and just how it is. But I think it will be good enough for a while. And what was nice is when I look back at how the hole was there when I first initially found it, it never really got worse. So it's not like it's getting more cracks or more divots. It's just the old or the new cement that I put in was coming apart, but it wasn't like anything was getting more exaggerated. And there's not like giant cracks all over the place, but I don't really care even if there were, because I just need it to be level enough to be able to do lifting out here in the shed. But before I actually do lift today, I think I do need to go get a mosquito net. I ordered one online, which it should be big enough for the shed, because I ordered one that was like the size of a garage door. Maybe I'll just wait for that and deal with the bugs today. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do want to start lifting pretty soon because it's about 5 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I can't really stop the clip there, but it's about 5:15. So well, I guess when I swiped over it, it stopped the video. So that should be able to get a decent session in. I've been drinking coffee all day, so hopefully I'm able to hit some decent numbers. I don't know if I'll show the clips or not of the lifts. I guess it depends on if they go well or not, or if I feel like even lifting or not. Kind of big ifs with that. But it looked really different with the way that the light's on my face. I'm looking over to the side of it, so it looks like I'm looking not at the camera, but I'm just looking at the video, and I look kind of weird. I think my eyes look more blue than normal, which is weird. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and start warming up, get these dogs inside, and make sure they don't eat other animals out here like Charlie did the one day, ate a mole. But let me flip the camera around, I'll show you the two dogs, and I will show some lifting clips, hopefully, if I don't feel like complete poop today. Charlie, what are you doing? Charlie, what are you doing? That's my yard. I think you dug a hole over there. Is that you, Charlie? Charlie. You basically can chase him with any object and he runs away. What are you doing? What do you have to say for yourself? Nothing? Wow. But you can see the yard's pretty cut, and I don't know if I'll mess with that hill this year. I'm undecided with it because it takes a solid hour or more to weed whack it down, and with it this tall, probably even longer with that. But I might just leave it long and then just cut around the edges, because it is quite a pain, because it is quite steep. It's much deeper than it even looks, just from the way that the grass is growing. But that's what these guys do. They go up to the top and get some of the trees and stuff and get all that. But this bush is finally filled in, so it has that little cool little hideout. They run around in circles in it, and I'll show you the little pathway that they always go. Get that over here. So they always run up that path, and then it like goes through the tree and all the way around, all over the yard, and bark at everything. Right, Bo? You bark at everything, don't you? Yep. You just said yep. But that's it for now. So hopefully some lifting clips, and then this vlog will be all complete. All right, so I was warming up out here, and I realized that I actually did a better job than normal. So I'll try to show you. So you can see this is the center of the bar. A little bit hard to get my hand underneath it. I still can, but it gets wedged under there, and it's not really comfortable because it's too tight. But over there, I get my hand fully under, so the part where I would grab for snatches is there. And typically I'm not going to start with an empty barbell for really any movement, but that's kind of the big key, is that the collar is being held up enough by the cement stuff that's there, so I'm able to get a full grip under there. Very similar to when I'm able to over here. Slight difference, slightly lower, but I mean that's significant. I used to not be able to do that at all, so I think the cement will be just good. Now if I actually lift today, that's the other question, so we'll see how that goes. So what you saw on snatches has been kind of the consistent thing, is that I'm a little bit in front and the bar kind of crashes on me, and because my shoulders are a little unstable right now, it kind of just bounces off, because I did when I missed 215 pounds once, made it on the second, same with 235 and 250, but I was happy I was able to come back and hit the 250, especially because I wasn't using straps today. So I'm going to try to keep that going as far as Saturdays going, or like later in the week when I have a kind of dedicated heavy session, or although I'll go heavy on other ones, but kind of like a dedicated one without straps. So I'm happy with that. Wasn't feeling too great technically today. I kept trying to go under the bar too quick. Try to do some no-foot snatches during the week to try to work on that, as well as some hang snatches from below the knee. When I was doing the juggernaut stuff, they wanted me to do that a lot, so I'm figuring that's probably a pretty good exercise for me to try to progress up. But a lot of variations to work on the snatch work, just because I'm just early a lot, and when I extend back, it puts it in a better position, and when it's a little bit in front, it becomes exponentially difficult to try to stabilize it above my head. But you notice I have my shirt on now. It isn't really just by design, ambulance going by, but it is more so because I don't want to sweat through this when I'm doing snatches and then not have anything for clean jerks, because you don't really need to have any sort of like, catching on your shoulders or back or anything on snatches. But for obviously clean jerks, you don't want it slipping off your chest or your collarbone or whatever. So it's nice to have a dry shirt for that, and it's nice not to be in a sweaty shirt for an entire workout. But I'm going to do some cleans and power jerks, I think. May do split jerks, haven't decided, but some form of clean and jerks. And I probably won't do any squats or pulls today because I did that heavy the other day, and I've been doing a lot of them this week. So I'll just stick to the basics with this, and then I'll finish my workout with some band work, which I've been doing a lot for my shoulders, and maybe some ab work, but I really want to hammer the band work because I didn't do any of that yesterday. Yesterday, I went to the gym, I snatched up to 198 pounds or 90 kilos, and I was like, I feel like crap, and I just went home and relaxed because I was just exhausted because I haven't been sleeping enough, and I've been eating better, but I have not been sleeping enough during the week. So I need to work on that because I just won't lift well. Just frankly, like if I don't eat well and sleep well, I'm just not gonna lift well, or at least not be motivated to. So stuff to always work on, and it's usually outside of the gym. I usually do work hard enough in the gym. I just got to do the recovery things enough because I ain't on those steroids, so I gotta actually do recovery stuff outside of the gym, and because I don't have the drugs to depend on. But anywho, let's hit up some clean and jerk work. Clean jerks didn't go too well. Took normal jumps, but 295 just wasn't there today. Pushed it a bit in front. It's not really worth it to me to try it again. It's not really feel good enough to really be taking a bunch of heavy clean jerks today. That's good enough for today as far as training goes. I was happy I was able to get warmed up, and like because I was unsure if I was even going to work out today because I was still feeling a bit tired, but got enough sleep last night, ate enough today. Felt good enough to do that. The big thing is to be consistent with it, because then it allows you to build upon different sessions that you have in order to lift more weight or to attempt heavier weights and to be more recovered for them. But it's good enough for a Saturday session, so I'm going to hit some band work. I'm not going to bother recording that, so this will be the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and hopefully I can think of more kind of vlog type videos to do if I have any sort of interesting stuff to talk about. Probably won't do it if I just have normal training for the most part, but if there are things that you are wondering about, part 2 of me fixing the cement floor of probably an infinite amount of parts, maybe I could do that. But anywho, with that being said, hope you all have a good one, and thanks again for watching. Peace.